By the end of today's video, you'll not only have a killer new muscle building back workout to take to the gym, but you'll also know exactly why your workout consists of very specific exercises so that in the future, when you want to switch things up, you'll have the foresight to pick exercises with similar movement patterns to ensure you're still targeting your entire back. But before we dive in, make sure you smash that like button below. Boosting likes is the easiest way to support my channel and help boost the YouTube algorithm despite still being shadow banned. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe as I post new content every week. Alright guys, let's kick things off with a little bit of an understanding of the anatomy of the major muscle groups, being that the back is a much larger muscle group than, say, the biceps. Not only due to size, but also in the number of different muscles that make up the back. That's why understanding which muscles you're training with specific exercises will give you more insight on how to train them properly and then switch things up in the future. The main back muscle group is the lats, or latissimus dorsi. And these are the long, powerful muscles that connect the bone of the upper arm to your spine and hip. So in other words, every time you pull, either horizontally or vertically, you'll be engaging your lats. Apart from the lats, you also have your rhomboids and traps, which make up the mid and upper portions of your back and help give you that thick look from behind. However, the main function of these muscles is to control your shoulder blades. So expect to feel these muscles activating in any kind of rowing or pulling motion to help either stabilize or retract your scapula. But what's the point of knowing this? Well, in short, the goal here, like I said in the beginning, is to help you understand that no matter what program you're training with, in order to fully develop your back, you need to include both horizontal as well as vertical pulling movements to properly train your back. So with that now out of the way, let's take a look at the 4 staple back exercises you should be doing to maximize your gains. Exercise 1 is the pull-up, and if hearing that made you cringe inside, we've got a problem. Can you substitute the pull-up for, say, something like a lat pull-down? Well, yeah, you can, but I advise against it. The pull-up is a unique exercise, and I want you to trust me when I say that if you could only do one back exercise for the rest of your life, the pull-up will be more than enough. Even if you can't do one pull-up on your own, don't sweat it. You can utilize bands to help you progress and get strong enough over time to do them on your own. In fact, I already have a really good video that showcases several ways to progress with pull-ups, and you can check it out by clicking this link right here. Wow, I made that video back in 2012. Look at my hair. Somebody get that kid a haircut. And if you go to my website, muscularstrength.com, guys, you can also search pull-up in the article section for more tips as well. But assuming you can do at least 2 or 3 clean pull-ups on your own, I want you to focus on improving your form. You see, the pull-up is not just about going up and down, and a subtle shift or wrong hand position could bring more biceps engagement, which isn't bad, but not the best if the goal is to tear up the lats. So to properly engage your back, you have to start from a dead hang position. This means your shoulders are up to your ears at the start of every single rep. And then from here, with your elbows still locked, pull your shoulders down using only your lower traps. Then once your shoulder blades are retracted and depressed, now you can start bending at the elbows and pulling with your arms to lift yourself up. Be sure to keep your chest up with a slight arch in your back, and if you still feel the movement more in your biceps and forearms, try bringing your thumb over the bar, creating a hook with your hands. Then once you have the form down, add weight. Even if it's only 5 pounds, progression is key with any exercise, and remember that there is no rule that says the entire set has to be completed with the same weight. So if you're going for 8 reps and can only handle 4, let's say 25 pounds attached, drop the weight after the first 4 and finish the set with your body weight. Next up is the barbell bent over row, and there's no way of avoiding this exercise. However, you should know that you can place more emphasis on your lower back with an underhand grip and your muscles in your upper back with an overhand grip. But regardless of hand position, if your lower back hurts when performing the movement, it's because your setup is wrong. You see, the key to a bent over row is sitting back with your hips and bending your knees, similar to a Romanian deadlift. So if your feet are too close to each other, you won't be able to sit back properly. A good stance for this exercise is just outside of shoulder width. Then from here, bend over until your upper body is parallel to the floor, and now you're ready to row pain-free. And in my opinion, to maximize your gains with this exercise, it needs to be explosive. So maybe when you first start out, you can focus on proper form with zero momentum to build your mind-muscle connection. But once established, a little bit of momentum with a bit of more weight will go a long way in terms of results, both in strength and building muscle. Now make sure you always control the eccentric or the negative, but a little help on the concentric or the way up is just fine. And by this point, you might also want to start wearing a belt to help support your core. In fact, you can get a really high quality lever belt from my friends over at Iron Bull Strength, and just use my code MS10 for 10% off the entire site. I'll drop the link down in my pinned comment below. The third exercise I recommend is the TBar Row. Now, most gyms have TBar Row machines, but you can easily create a TBar Row on your own by anchoring a barbell if that's what you prefer. And the main thing here though is getting your hands as close together as you can with your palms facing in. So that's the attachment you want to use. This is because a narrow grip will put you in the strongest position to move the most amount of weight out of all the back exercises. This means you'll be able to really overload your back for growth, and you'll be building some solid core, lower back, and hamstring strength as you use these muscles to help stabilize your body during your reps. And the fourth and final exercise is the face pull. So while the previous 3 exercises focus more on the mid back and lats, you always need to make sure you're training your upper back and more specifically your mid traps, rear delts, and rhomboids, and there's no better exercise to do that than the face pull. Now I know this is an exercise we've covered a lot on my channel, but let's quickly go over proper form anyways. And the proper way to do a face pull is to integrate an external rotation into the exercise. This way you're still getting the muscle building benefits, but you're also strengthening your rotator cuffs and keeping your shoulders strong and healthy. And to do that, you need to grab the rope with your palms facing each other. Then from here, stop pulling the rope towards your face. And while at the same time, rotate your arms out until your palms are facing behind you. Then from this point, hold the contraction for about a second, and then control the negative back to the initial position and repeat for reps. And one more quick tip here, guys. If you have access to a seated cable machine, try increasing the weight and performing the face pull there. The elevated foot position will help give you a bit more leverage versus standing up when trying to increase the weight. So now that you know which exercises you should be training with, how much weight is necessary to see gains? Well, form is definitely important, but if you're too focused on it, you'll just end up holding yourselves back. Begin by using absolute proper form to understand the mechanics of the exercises and build a strong mind-muscle connection. But then as you start to progress and get stronger, you want to sacrifice perfect form for heavier weight, especially when it comes to rows. Sticking to light to moderate weights will only get you so far. But I'm not saying completely disregard proper form and embrace ego lifting. I'm just saying cut yourself a little bit of slack and use a bit of momentum to allow yourself to handle slightly heavier weights while also staying in control during the eccentric phase of the movements. So now that we're clear on that, here's a free back workout you can start training with today, and remember that more isn't always better. Always keep your workout simple with exercises that give you the most bang for your buck, and if anything, just add more sets to those exercises versus bringing in weird stuff you saw on TikTok. The first exercise is the weighted pull-up, 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps. Exercise number 2, barbell bent over row, 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps. Third exercise is the TBar Row, 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps. And then you're gonna finish it off with the face pull and do 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. And if you haven't already, be sure to comment below and smash that like button to help boost the YouTube algorithm, and click that notification bell so you never miss any of my new video uploads. Also guys, for those of you who would like a new full 12-week program, click this link right here and you can try any of my muscle building programs on my website, muscularstrength.com, for 7 days free, and also gain access to my custom meal planner to help you not only eat right, but track your macros too. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.